What could have caused Nigel Glasgow, a man many described as a peaceful character, to kill his lover, Dion Hernandez? Many persons are left mystified, even the mother of his children, Rhonda Kennedy. Kennedy was in a relationship with Glasgow for over 14 years. They had 2 children together. Kennedy, who didn't want to appear on camera, spoke of Glasgow being a loving father. According to her, he was never an abusive partner.
20-something years I know him. I always know him to be a peaceful person, jovial, loving, caring, understanding. Myself and him had a relationship for 14 and a half years. The reason why we separated is because he was a womanizer.
Okay.
So I decided to move out and I leave him. I never know him to be a violent person.
Okay.
What do you know of the relationship with him and this woman that died?
All I know is that the two of them had a relationship. Nothing more.
Was he ever abusive to you at any time in your
No.
relationship? Jealous person?
He was jealous, but never abusive.
Although Glasgow played an active role in his children's lives, Kennedy alleges that Hernandez wasn't too happy with him spending so much time with his children.
All he told me is that she doesn't want his children them to come around him. She doesn't want him to give his kids anything. If I should call in connection of the kids them, she always has a problem with it.
Despite being separated, they would constantly communicate with each other, so much that when she received a call from him, she immediately knew that something was wrong.
As a matter of fact, he was there last night. He came from away and I heard a rapping on my door, so I asked, who is it? And he said, it's he. So I asked him, what are we doing there the hour of the night, right? So he said, he came to bring some money for his kids. So I opened the door and he take out the money and he rest it on my breakfast table. And he said to me, I would like to see my children there. And he went into the room, he hugged them, he kissed them, and then he left and he went away. However, I went back to bed. When I went back to bed, I didn't check the time. I did not check the time, but I received a phone call from him in a low tone of voice, and he said to me, I love you, and take care of yourself and the children. So right away, he don't speak to me that way. We separated 6 years ago, and it is funny to know that he telling me that hour in the morning that he loved me and I must take care of myself and the children them, and it was at a low tone of voice.
The way Glasgow ended the call made his ex-lover feel uneasy to the point that she decided to rush his home. It was there she made the gruesome discovery.
So right away I start hollering and I called my son and I said to him, I said, Kevin, something wrong with Nigel. The kids that woke up, I told Shanet, I said, call Nigel's niece, which is Tamika that lived downstairs. So when she called Tamika and Tamika came up, I told her, I said, something wrong with Nigel. So we all came out on the road. When we came out on the road, we get a car and we went to Nigel's home. However, when we got there, we saw 2 of the dogs lying in the yard. So right away, my son suspect that something is definitely wrong. We go upstairs. It had padlock on the door. The door had padlock, so we was looking for the key because he says Shanet no way he have his keys. So while we looking for the key, we getting the key, Kevin pick up a piece of wood and he started to latch the door. After he started to latch the door, we not getting the door open. So I asked the neighbors, them around. I said, nobody doesn't have a hammer, can lend us. So after we got the hammer, we lashed in the door, we get it. So I raised up a bucket, went on his landing, and I saw $2,000 along with this key. We tried to open the door, but the lock had already spoiled. So we had to rip out the window. My son went in. So when he went in and he rushed to the bedroom with his phone light, he saw what happened. He saw Diane and Nigel was lying on the bed.
He was still alive and was immediately taken to the hospital. On her way to the hospital, Kennedy learned that Glasgow was already discharged and taken to the police station.
When I reached home, the police came for me to give statement, which I did. I went to the police station and I gave the statement. When I gave the statement there, also I'm back to go. They told me to read it. I asked them, can I read it? They said yes before I signed it, but I know that I like the police officer give me the statement to sign. So I told him I would like to read it before I sign it, but I don't have my spectacle here, so I cannot do it. So I went home, get ready to go back to the hospital. Came to the police station, read the statement, sign it. On my way to the hospital, I received a phone call. The police, his niece called me and told me that he's discharged and he's at Wales police station. So my concern is that I came back to the police station. I was there about 5 minutes ago and they didn't say anything to me. My concern is that I'm not agree with what my children father did, but with the state of the condition that I leave my children father in. I don't think that he should have been discharged so soon. I don't mind if they had.
She is upset that Glasgow allegedly killed the woman he was involved with. Nonetheless, Kennedy is seeking answers as to why Glasgow was discharged from the hospital without proper medical attention. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks for watching Headline News. Leave a like or a comment below. And for updates on the latest news happening in Guyana, click the subscribe button.